you ended the series. Just what are the emotions now going to a place this franchise hasn't been in over 2 decades?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's super excited. Yeah, we'll be prepared for that. But I mean, everybody tonight, everyone dug deep and found a way to win, and it just goes to show how tough we are. And man, it's just so cool to see everybody, getting the job done tonight. So
Go over here to Dan on the right.
George, how well equipped were you guys to go through the emotions of this game, given that you played the 18-inning game in the playoffs just a couple years ago?
Yeah, I mean, that 18-inning game, and then, man, just countless amount of just, one-run games at the end. Man, we've been in it all. So, if anything, we're probably the most prepared team for it. And yeah, it was just awesome. Polo came through. Yeah, I'm just so freaking happy right now.
Go on the back right.
With your experience coming out of the bullpen in the 2022 playoffs, were you talking at all to Logan and Luis, about how to approach maybe coming out of the pen when they're not used to that?
Yeah, I didn't give them any advice. I think those guys are good enough to, go find something deep inside of them and just go out there and, compete. And that's what they did. Something they're not used to, and they gave us about 5 or 6 innings out of the pen there. That was huge. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Hey, George, given that you did 15 innings and you used a lot of pitchers, including 3 starters, how does that affect your plans going into the Toronto series a day after tomorrow? Does it change the starting rotation or anything like that?
I have no idea. I mean, that's a good question for Dan, but I know everyone's going to be ready to go, and whoever gets the ball past them, they're going to come out and compete. So,
Go to Buster in the front.
Can you sort of describe how you took in the rest of the game after you left, and where you were moving to, and
yeah.
where you were when that last pitch?
Yeah, I came out in the 6th. Went in, did some recovery, came back out in the 7th, and then was kind of in and out of the dugout from 7 to 15, just cheering on the guys, do the best I could, keep the vibes up, and yeah, I was in the dugout the whole time. So.
Go to Ryan.
Hey, George, a couple of your teammates really came through. Leo Rivas, who's like one of the nicest guys that everybody seems to like, and even Jorge, who's very quiet but has been around. But I think a lot of guys respect him because he's just about business. I mean, what are those guys like in terms of helping you guys throughout the course of this season?
Yeah, I mean, for one, Leo, whenever he gets his name called, he's ready to go, and he's come up in some big situations already this year. And yeah, Polo's been killing the ball this year. He's really seen it well, and it was bound to happen at some point. Somebody, the more you keep letting us into the game, especially at home, we're gonna find a way. So that's what Polo did.
George, was that as loud as you've ever heard T-Mobile? I mean, there were times where it looked like you couldn't hear the pitch comm, and it was, you struck out a couple of guys. It just seemed like the roof was going to come down.
Yeah, super loud. Yeah, I don't know, from like the 8th on, I had a massive headache, and I'm really glad that game's over and that we finished the job. So, but yeah, it was really loud, and the fans were electric, and everybody that went on that mound or stepped on the field definitely felt that. So.
Over here on the right with Dan.
George, it seemed like you were going to the slider a lot, especially early in counts. How much of that was an adjustment, and how effective was that for you?
Yeah, all those guys from top to bottom are probably looking for a heater to start, and it's starting off with a slider or curveball, whatever it may be. Just I feel like kept them off balance a little bit. I was able to attack the zone a little bit more with my fastball. But yeah, had to change something up a little bit. So I'm glad we kind of mixed in the curveball and slider a lot. But kind of kept the same game plan with the heater, mixing the 4 and the 2.
Go to Taryn in the front.
George, Dan and Randy both talked before the game today about how important communication is throughout the game. Just what was the dialogue in the dugout between everybody, especially the longer the game went? Yeah, everyone just having each other's back and cheering each other on. Simple as that.
everyone wants the opportunity to get get up to the plate and finish the job, and everyone was prepared for it. So yeah, just keep the vibes up in the dugout, and yeah, that's what we did.
Go in the middle back.
Yeah, George, how do you guys feel after that? Is that like, do you feel zapped after such a long game? Do you feel like that adrenaline rush, like after, such a great win? Like, what's that kind of mix of emotions?
Man, it's a lot. I feel like I pitched 3 days ago, to be honest. But it's just so much, it's just so much joy, and every one of us have worked our whole lives to get to this moment and try and be here at some time, and just really being able to feel that is pretty awesome. So I think everyone's really freaking happy. So
Go right over here on the right.
Yeah, kind of adding on to that, you talked about the close games. Can you talk about the belief and determination as a collective to get here and what it took to win this game?
Yeah, I mean, no one backs down. I think that's why we've been so good at, tie ball games late in the game. Just find a way to get the run in. Everyone's willing to do whatever it takes to, sacrifice, bunt, whatever it is. Everyone, is willing to get the guy over, whatever it is. There's no ego or selfishness involved with it. I think everyone just wants to, just pass the baton and keep going.
George, thanks for coming in. Congratulations.